Today in this video I will continue line wise explanation of the chapter 6 making of scientist. The butterfly collecting season around the reading means place where Richard Everett lives last 6 weeks in late summer, because in reading Pennsylvania there was always winter. So butterfly collecting season lasts in reading only for 6 weeks when there was a bit summer. If you are going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very many. It was very difficult to catch the butterflies if you will catch them one by one. If you will chase them, follow them one by one, because it was very difficult. So the next step for Everett was to raise a flock of butterflies. So Richard Everett decided to grow the flock of butterflies. He would catch a female monarch, take her eggs and raise them in his basement through their life cycle, from egg to caterpillar and from caterpillar to pupa and then adult butterfly. Richard Everett decided to grow the butterfly according to the life cycle. He got eggs from the female monarch. From eggs he got caterpillars, and from caterpillars he grew the pupa. From pupa then he got the adult butterflies. Then he would tag the butterflies' wings and let them go. When he get a great number of butterflies, he used to tag on their wings and let them fly. For several years his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of development. In the basement of the house of Richard Everett, there were many monarch butterflies which were developing, because he was growing monarch butterflies through their life cycle on the basement of his house. Eventually I began to lose interest in tagging butterflies. It's tedious and there's not much feedback, Everett said. Everett was fed up from tagging the butterflies because it was very tedious, means boring, and he was not getting any feedback from the butterflies. In all the time I did it, he laughed. Only 2 butterflies had tagged were recaptured. On a whole day he was busy in tagging the butterflies and then let them fly, but only 2 tagged butterflies were recaptured, and they were not more than 70 miles away from where I live. It means the tagged butterflies were found at the distance of 70 miles away from the house of Richard Everett. So he was fed up from tagging the butterflies. Then in 7th grade he got a hint of what real science is when he entered a county science fair. What is county science fair? Kshetriya Vigyan Mela. And when he was in class 7, he participated in county science fair. It means county science competition, and lost it. It was really a sad feeling to sit there and not get anything while everybody else had won something. Everett said his entry was slides of frog tissue. When he was in class 7th, he was given a project to sew the slide of the frog tissue, which he sewed under the microscope. He realized the winners had tried to do real experiment, not simply make a neat display. Richard Everett thought that he had lost the county science fair in first attempt because his experiment was only a display, not a real one, and his first project was to make a slide of the frog tissue. Already the competitive spirit that drives Richard Everett was appearing. I knew that for the next year's fair I would have to do a real experiment, he said. Richard Everett was not disappointed. He decided to do a real experiment in next county science fair. The subject I knew most about was the insect work I had been doing in the past several years. Richard Wright was doing works on the subject of insect for many years. So he wrote to Dr. Urquhart for ideas, and back came a stack of suggestions for experiment. Those kept Wright busy all through high school and led to prize projects in county and international science fair. Richard Wright improved his knowledge by writing many letters to Dr. Urquhart. He improved his experiment, and these suggestions and experiments led him from county science fair to international fair. For his 8th grade project, Wright tried to find the cause of viral disease that kills nearly all monarch caterpillars every few years. Now, when he was in class 8, he again participated in county science fair, and this time he was given a project कि what is the main cause of the viral disease that kills the monarch caterpillars. Wright thought the disease might be carried by the beetle. Beetle means heat patanga. He tried raising caterpillars in the presence of beetles. I didn't get any real result, he said, but I went ahead and showed that I had tried the experiment. This time I won. And second time when he participated in county science fair and he was given a project to find out the main cause of the viral disease that kills the monarch pupa. Then he raised the monarch caterpillars in the presence of beetles, and he found that beetles are not main cause of the viral disease to kill the monarch caterpillars. This time he had won the experiment, won the county science fair. Next year, his science fair project was testing the theory that Vassarai butterfly copy the monarch. Next year, when he was in class 9, he was given another project. Why do Vassarai butterfly look like a copy to look like monarch butterflies? The theory was that Vassarai look like monarch because monarch don't taste good to birds, and Vassarai on the other hand do taste good to birds. So the more they look like monarch, less like they are to become birds' dinner. Monarch butterflies were not tasty for the birds, and Vassarai butterflies were tasty for the birds. So Vassarai butterflies try to look like monarch butterflies so that they can escape to be dinner of the birds. A bright project was to see whether in fact birds would eat monarch. He found that a starling, it is a kind of bird, would not eat ordinary bird food. It would eat all the monarch it could get. Wright said later research by other people showed that Vassarai probably do copy monarch. This project was placed first in zoology division and third overall in county science fair. This time the project was कि Vassarai butterfly copy monarch, and he found that Vassarai butterflies are loved to eat by the birds. So monarch butterflies were not tasty for the birds. So the Vassarai butterflies look like the monarch butterflies so that they can escape to be the food of the birds. In his second year in high school, Richard Wright began research that led to his discovery of an unknown insect hormone. Indirectly, it also led to his new theory on the life of cell. When he was in class high school, he found the hormones, unknown insect hormones, and now he started work on cell life. The question he tried to answer was simple. What is the purpose of 12 tiny gold spots on the monarch pupa? On the monarch butterflies, on any butterflies there are 12 tiny gold spots. What is the purpose of these gold spots?